boss.
How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. So I was in Target because it's close to my job. That's the only reason I go in there. But they had been running some really good deals lately. I got a bunch of the Motu Chronicles figures for cheap. And then today, I've been wanting this figure. I've been keeping my eye on it. But today we got the Mandalorian and Grogu Deluxe with Mandalorian and Grogu for $20.99. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. I was waiting on this. I was like, it's not worth 34 bucks. So yeah, with all that being said, let's take a close look at the box and we'll get this bad boy and his son open. Taking a look at the front of the box, at the top, of course, it says Star Wars Black Series. And underneath that, it says Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu, which I still haven't seen yet. I guess I'm waiting for streaming because I haven't had the opportunity between moving and all that other stuff. I haven't had the chance to go to the movies. On the side, we get the Galaxy artwork of The Mandalorian and Grogu. And he is #1 in the Mandalorian and Grogu line. There's the artwork once again. And we do get a blurb. The Mandalorian and Grogu. The Mandalorian and his young apprentice, son, Grogu, embark on a thrilling adventure as they travel the galaxy. Boring open window on this side, boring top of the box, boring bottom of the box. With all that being said, deals on toys, this is the way. Dun, 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 dun.
It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
So the first thing I will say about the new Mandalorian and Grogu 2-pack figures is that there's some step forwards and some steps back, especially when it comes to Mando. We do get the new swappable wrist peg hands because he could never hold his vibroblade knife that goes in his boot before because they didn't give him the right hands. The articulation scheme is the same with some slight differences to the, it may even be like mostly the same Glavis with, I'll have to compare them, but like the Glavis Mando is definitely better, but you can fix that by swapping. Well, you'd still have the hand problem. I don't know. It's weird because obviously he looks great. The proportions are much better than the first release. And then Grogu, of course, is stuck in a certain pose. You can move his arms and his head, but he's pretty much stuck in the same spot. But Mando looks great. The shine of the Beskar armor, all the details are there. But he just feels crooked. Like, I feel like I can't get him to stand up straight properly without looking a little crooked, which is unfortunate. But all the details are there. The paint is nice. And I will say that having done the Triclops Mattel Motu figure review, who has a sniper rifle, and then this Mando also comes with a sniper rifle and has single joints as opposed to double joints. Mando can for sure get into holding a rifle up to his eye pose, which is a lot of credit to the Hasbro Black Series because they've got single joints on the arms and legs, but you can still rock some amazing poses. So I can't detract for that. It's mostly just the fact that it's a re-release with some minor changes and all that stuff. But for 20 bucks, I was like, I want this figure. I just want it. So 20 bucks, good price for him. Obviously, there's nothing crazy new. Grogu just holds on to the backpack. There's a little thing sticking up for him to grab to. And he still does have a place for the Darksaber on his belt. So if you wanted to put the Darksaber on him, you still can do that. But it's essentially the same figure as the Glavis Ringworld with some slight alterations to the tooling of the arms and stuff. So, you know, if you're happy with that. And I also want the single release Grogu with the Beskar armor chest piece. So for someone like me, it's like, I'm going to get it anyway. So better get it for a cheaper price. And yeah, it worked out for me. 20 bucks is definitely a good price for this, regardless of whether you have a Mando or not. If you want this one, 20 bucks is a good price. So go out to Target right now and get it. I'm sure you have a bunch. And also the first appearance with the mismatched one, that was like 16 bucks. So that was also on sale. So if you're not looking for either of those figures, go to Target. If you have Target Circle, it's like 40, it's like, I don't know what the percentage was, but still a good deal. Looking out the articulation, we're going to start with Grogu because, you know, he's tiny. Arms, those are on a ball socket, kind of, they move. And then his head, you can move that on a ball socket a little bit as well. But that is really it for Grogu, but he's very cute. Sculpt is nice, paint details are nice. Little backpack hanging Grogu. He's cute. And then we get on to Mando. Of course, the head goes forward quite a bit, actually. I will never hate on the articulation scheme. Like, single joints, yeah, but they still make it work. Head has lots of movement. Shoulders come up 90 degrees. We get butterfly joints, single jointed elbows, but they do come in 90 degrees. Wrist pegs, floating wrist pegs, rather than pegged hands, which, you know. Torso articulation, it's a little limited there. Forward and backward. And that is where I really saw him being crooked, but I think I kind of fixed it. I essentially took this figure apart and straightened out his armor, because this is just a piece that's floating on there, but it was crooked. Legs come forward to the side. No butt kicking action on a single joint. There is no thigh cut, but there's a lot of movement at that waist joint. And then of course we have boot rockers and boot swivel at that single joint. So the articulation is definitely on par with most Black Series, and I would say for a Mandalorian and armored dude, it's one of the better articulated figures. And honestly, now that I fixed the crookedness, he's kind of growing on me. He may be better than Glavis, or they're about the same. For the accessories, first of all, we get his jetpack. It does have a port for those blast effects from Boba Fett or whatever flame effects you have. And like I said, Grogu just kind of holds on to it on this little part here. And then he kind of just hangs out on the jetpack, just like that. So nothing too crazy. Oh, there they go. Then we get his gladiator sword from, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what happens, but I'm sure y'all do at this point. But just a sword. We get, I don't know why they made the scope removable. It's a little annoying, but we get a very nicely sculpted scope or rifle, and the scope does come off, but you just peg it back on there, and hopefully I might just super glue it down. I don't want it to come off because it's kind of annoying when you're trying to pose it. Nice paint, nice detail, very nice looking weapon. And then of course we have his swappable vibroblade holding hand, because they would include the vibroblade in the last couple releases, but he could never hold it. So they actually included one that you can swap. Okay, take it off, just like the Adventure Series. That was the start of these for Hasbro. So hopefully it'll actually go on there, because it seems like it's a little small. The hole's a little small, that's what she said. Okay, we got it on there. So vibroblade holding hand. Vibroblade. Now Mando can hold his knife, because he could not do that before. So there's the knife, there he is holding it, just to show y'all. And then the last thing we have is the same pistol that we've seen for Mando. I guess he got it replaced, because if you watch season 3, you know he lost his weapons, but I guess he really likes this pistol, because it is the same Mando pistol that we've seen time and time again, and I don't have a problem with that. I just thought it'd be cool to have him dual wielding pistols like at the end of season 3, but they didn't go that route for the movie, and that's okay. So he definitely comes with a decent amount of accessories. I wouldn't say this is deluxe figure, so like I said, the price point was key for me.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Alright, so first of all, there's Glavis Ringworld Mando on the left, and the new Mandalorian Grogu one on the right. Like I said, there's really not much differences. The color of the Under Armour is a slightly darker blue on the Glavis Ringworld, so on his knee and on his hips, that blue down there is darker. Sculpt is pretty much exactly the same. They had to switch, I'm pretty sure they had to switch the arms. Unless, is this one? Yeah, that one has regular, hold on. Maybe you can switch, can you? I don't know. No, you can't. Okay, so don't try to take the hand off of Glavis Ringworld Mando, because you can't swap them. He's still got a hinge attached at the wrist. So they did switch the lower forearm so that you could swap the hands and make him hold the knife. So that is pretty much the only difference in like the sculpt and execution of the figure. Other than that, it's pretty much the same, other than a couple of color variances. Like the helmets both look good, proportions look good. I can't really tell you which one wins out, but the Glavis Ringworld one came with less accessories. So I don't know if that's what you're looking forward, then maybe get the new one. I'd say on Target. Here he is next to the really old Mando. As you can see, the helmet on the right is squished. The proportions aren't quite right. It's the same armor, but the all-new sculpt from Glavis is brought forward to this newer Mando. So that one is just kind of left in the dust as far as what he looks like. Like, just look at that helmet. It's terrible. It's terrible. Here he is with Bo-Katan and Ahsoka. Here he is next to a stormtrooper and the Grand Admiral of the Imperial Navy, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Here he is next to He-Man and Trapjaw, and yeah, he's gonna be a little bit smaller because the Black Series are true 1/12, and then Legends and Motu Chronicles and the Mattel stuff are gonna be 6.5, so that's why he looks a little small. But, you know, who cares? Speaking of Mattel, here he is with Batman and the Joker. And lastly, here he is with a couple of Marvel Legends. So I would say if you're looking for a good Mando at a decent price, make sure you go pick this up from Target. I don't know when this is going to go up, but hopefully pretty soon after, so y'all can get the deal. Because $20 for a quote-unquote deluxe figure is a good deal. It's less than a normal retail figure for the last, I don't know, 6 years or so. But yeah, I do like this figure. I think he's on par with the Glavis at this price. If he was more, no. But with all that being said, make sure you like this video, if you liked it, of course. And if you're new here and you watched the whole way through, subscribe, join the Rowdy Rascals. And you can also join the Rowdy Rascals as a paid member. It's only 99 cents, sorry about that. And then you get access to members-only content, a Discord, all kinds of other goodies. So make sure you check that out if you want to. Comment, let me know if you've gotten any good deals recently on a figure, if you want this figure. If you saw the movie, what you thought of it, how your day is going, just say hey. Of course, do all of that stuff. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to local LGBTQ plus community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. I love y'all. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.
Return to
Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? Review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick. You know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos. So maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.